Welcome back to Return to Evolution, where we're going through the legendary tutorials of Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution and seeing how we can apply them to Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Today, Chapter 3, using Guard. This is broken into two sections, guarding against attacks and guarding against a series of attacks. 3A, guarding against attacks. Recommended rank up to 1st Dan. What it is. This tutorial tells you that in order to not take damage from strikes, you have to guard at the correct height, high or low. You guard high for highs and mids and low for lows, but a low guard can also duck under high attacks. Why it's important? In the last two sections you've learned a lot about the 3 different striking heights and the 2 throw heights, so this section pulls it all together with the 2 guarding heights. The interplay between all 3 of these lessons is important. For starters, learning that both a high guard and a low guard are a viable answer to high attacks reinforces the game's approach to mids and lows as the main things you should be looking to navigate here. You can't get hurt by a high for picking the wrong height, for example. So even though there are 3 attack heights, they only marry up to 2 guard heights, and the 2 guard heights can be punished with the matching 2 throw heights. The circle is complete. One other point that this tutorial makes is that consistent guarding reduces how much damage you take, and that this will increase your chance of winning. Once again affirming that improvement at a beginner level is more about consistent defense than landing fancy combos. You'll notice this throughout the series, that many of the offensive concepts will begin with a defensive element that continues this theme. How it teaches you? The exercise here is quite straightforward, asking you to block a series of attacks in a set order. Your opponent's going to attack you with a high attack, low attack and a mid attack 5 times in that order, and it's your job to just block all of the opponent's attacks. How to replicate this? Probably one of the easiest ones to set up. You just need to record the dummy attacking with a high, a low and a mid in a single recording. That's it. In this instance we're using Jacky's stand and jab as his high, his 1k low kick as his low, and his 6k elbow as his mid. Outside of just guarding at the right height, pay attention to what happens at the wrong height too. As mentioned, guarding against highs at either height is fine, although ducking under them is preferred. This isn't just because some highs, including this jab, are positive on block. In general, it's better to not get hit than get hit in almost all circumstances, and this will give you a far superior window of opportunity to counterattack in. Virtua Fighter also does a really good job of getting the feel right when you do get hit, and you'll notice that blocking a mid at the wrong height can look and feel quite damaging, but a low, unless it knocks down, tends to be a less scary option. If in doubt and in a situation where you don't know what height to be guarding at, for now a high guard will get you into less trouble. 3B, guarding against a series of attacks. Recommended rank up to 1st Dan. What it is. This time the game wants you to guard a combo that switches its attack heights between highs, mids and lows, putting the previous examples into a more practical setting. It can feel quite daunting on paper, but you quickly learn that this is a combination of applying what you've just learned with applying some general awareness and some matchup knowledge as well. Why it's important? Mixing up attack levels in a combo can feel like an impossible task if you don't have an approach to it. For such a simple tutorial, it does a great job of demystifying blocking a series of attacks using 3 main principles: knowing the right attack height for each attack, maintaining an active mind while on defense, and an awareness of the kinds of combos the opponent is going to do. It doesn't go into much more detail here, but the last one there can feel quite daunting at first. There's no way you can really know every combo for every character, but straight away the tutorial shows that there's less to it than initially meets the eye. How it teaches you? You're asked to guard a combo from Jacky that's 2 highs, then a mid, then a high, then a low. It wants you to guard this sequence successfully 3 times, although there's other things you can do to beat this combo. How to replicate it? Once again, we'll just be using a single recording slot for this one. The combo isn't a carbon copy of the Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution one, but Jacky's PP, 6P, P2K is still a thing in this game and still attacks at the same levels, so let's record it here and see how easy it is to defend. Like we said earlier, on paper there's a mixture of 3 attack levels here. It switches levels 3 times and it even has some repetition thrown in. So this is a good combo to mess around with outside of just this exercise. Straight away though, you'll notice everything that we've just said about this combo and its different attack levels and things like that very quickly dissolves away in practice. All you really do here is block high 4 times and then block low at the end. If this is the only takeaway from this one, then that's great. Blocking high, reacting to lows, and lots of offensive complexity doesn't necessitate lots of defensive complexity. All good stuff. However, since this is a good combo to mess around with, it's worth spending a little more time with it and seeing what you can do if you don't feel like blocking the whole time. With 3 different highs in the string and the knowledge that you don't have to guard highs with the high guards, there's 3 opportunities to get under Jacky's jabs and counter here with varying degrees of success and safety. You'll be surprised just how big some of these windows can be for getting under what's effectively a very fast and very short move. Also take a look at what happens when you block the mid and the low at the wrong heights here, and get an understanding of some of the risks of trying to counter here instead of just guarding it, as well as the rewards for countering versus just blocking and punishing the full string. And that's chapter 3, a simple one this week, but with attacks, throws and guards all introduced, it's time to get into some of the techie stuff. Starting with a few life bar saving techniques in chapter 4, recovering from a fall. I'll see you there.